Today we are going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Will they be Cloud Poo? Will they Zyber? We'll find out today, starting out with the Sultari Encampments. This is a 2-mana sorcery. It's we're off to a great start. It's got Storm. A target player mills half their library rounded up. That's very interesting. Okay, so like because it rounds up, it will definitely round up the very last card. So does anyone have any idea like how deep somebody's deck needs to be and how many times this how many spells you have to play for, say, a 99 card deck, a 250 card deck, 60, maybe a 60 card deck? This would obviously be just absolutely atrocious to actually exist in the game. For 2 mana, well, I mean, it's basically Grape Shot, right? It's Grape Shot but for libraries. Even worse because you're not even just milling X number of cards. We are milling half the deck rounded up over and over again. We have Green Mill, yeah. Yeah. Green Mill at danger already. Well, I don't know. How many spells can you really play in green? You have to pair it up with like blue or something. Blue, you got to pair it up with blue or red. To be honest, most of the Storm decks already are playing like green or blue. It's not too hard to splash for this card. Does it get around anything? I think if you have say Leyline of Sanctity, if you have Hexproof as a player, like this isn't gonna get through it either. So I don't know if it changes anything between like how Storm would play. Do they need a second win condition? Okay, well, we all agree it's definitely a danger. So they wouldn't. I don't even think they would need to get the Storm count super ultra high in order to guarantee a kill. Green Mill is ripe for some reanimation effects. Oh, that's interesting. It does say target player. We could even target ourselves. And you know who would bet? You know who would approve of that? And that is President Deeply. Deeply would love the Sultari Encampments, for that matter. Could end up milling your opponent to death. Could also end up milling yourself for absolute victory. That would also work even in a Storm deck in the sense of like, let's say you're like storming off, but then you're stuck. What you could do is Sultari Encampments yourself, put most of your deck into your graveyard, then go find your Past in Flames to do it all over again. Oh my god, the deck builds itself. The deck just builds itself. Okay, we have Codane. It says the first would take 50%, then 25%, then 12.5%, then 6.5%. On Storm 4, it would take a 100-card deck to get down to 7 cards. Yeah, but we need to get down to 0 cards. We need to get down to 0. Prince of Winners, this is not AI. Well, this is stupid AI, remember. These are all stupid AI cards. It's before the time of the LLMs. I know we look at AI as a very different thing now, but you know, the AI of the Robo Rosewater days is not quite the same caliber or quality. It wasn't designed by Google or OpenAI for that matter. All right, do you know what? I'm in complete agreement. It Danger. Do we have an It Danger spot on here? We may not even have an It Danger spot just because like everything It Danger pretty often. Oh, no, we do have a spot. Yeah, It Danger is over there. All right, you want to be part of the bingo card, take a screenshot of this. Remember the bingo squares. Only you are responsible for the bingo card, not me. It's super dangerous. Yeah, the fact that you could just throw this into a regular Storm deck and, like, mill yourself to help feed your future Storm with Past in Flames, completely broken. Next up, we got the Maj of Corloction. There's a 2-mana instant for each player, for each opponent. Put a verse counter on each bear creature they control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. Very weird. First, okay, so are my opponents counted twice? Because, like, they're a player, they're also an opponent at the same time. I, as the person casting this spell, am only the player. So we're going to we might have 2 verse counters on each of my opponent's creatures, 1 verse counter for mine. And you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, because it doesn't matter if you have 100 verse counters or not. It just gives the creature vigilance, and then that's it. May the bears sing. Oh, I guess they're sort of singing. When he was a match, the dragon shot Desmond by the tridents of such other hunger her assassins. No, that was just a bunch of gibberish. Player times opponents for each player for each opponent. Well, they mention both. There must be a reason for it. They're acknowledging my opponents more than they're acknowledging me. And I don't know, and why is it a verse counter? Are they singing? Is the vigilance because they're like attacking in dance mode? Is it a choreographed attack? Is it a performance? Okay, Prince of Winners says, in star format, your allies are also your opponents. In star format? Never heard of it. This is made for star format commander. Oh, no, I really haven't heard of it. Okay, the Ghost of Thomas Jenkins says 99% of the time this card has no effect. Why 99%? For each opponent, put a verse counter on each bear. Oh, because it has to be on a bear creature. Look, give respect to the changelings. The changeling players, there's a lot of people out there, for sure. Bingo breaks the color pie. Oh, because it's a black card giving vigilance, which is I guess normally like something granted to white. I don't know any other. What else gives vigilance? Breaks color pie. That didn't take too long. It's usually takes by the second card the whole color pie is broken. The Queen of Bears says hi. Does not. This card does plenty. It literally grants our creatures vigilance. This is a very doable card. I would say the wording on it is a little awkward, though. I don't know why it's like, for each player, for each opponent, for each participant, for each person still alive. Yeah, right. That wasn't necessary. Next up, the card with no name. Very suspicious. Triple blue and a green and X. Instant. Choose any number of target vampires. Conjure a duplicate of one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. What is this, arena? Why did this AI learn from a bunch of stupid arena cards? And they're like making tons of those arena cards. I don't like alchemy. We don't conjure anything into our hand. I guess, okay, but technically this can work on MTG Arena. This can be an MTG Arena card. So it's like choose any number of target vampires. I don't know how many vampire. This is gonna be just as narrow as that bear card. Conjure a duplicate of them into your hand and the rest. Wait, what is the rest into your graveyard? Any number of duplicate of. Oh, sorry. Conjure a duplicate of one of them into your hand. That's actually correct then. All right. They worded it correctly. So I can put one of those vampires in my hand, and then I conjure duplicates into my graveyard to presumably reanimate or something? Bring back from the dead? Well, because we're putting the rest... so Mr. Bus Driver says, why would you pick any number if you can only pick one? Because the rest of them are going into the graveyard. So we're going to have a bunch of conjured copies of junk into the graveyard. Do not take Nikachu for some conjurer of cheap tricks. Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, X does... No, X does plenty. Come on. Come on, you're not giving X enough credit here. We can choose any number. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's actually worded differently. Choose any number of target vampires. Okay, X means nothing. Is that on the bingo card? X does nothing. Sometimes it's too many X. Undefined X. Yeah, we could say it's an undefined X card. There's an X. It does nothing basically. X should be in place of any. Yeah, probably. Choose X number of target vampires. Frankly, it basically does the same thing. All right. You won't end that blessing of history. They tell you to the one, my friends. What are they talking about? Neo? Tell to the one? Says Shieldred, whispering one. Oh man, what the hell? Hold on, is Shieldred talking about herself? They tell you to the one. And she is the whispering one. She must be the one she's talking about. Welcome's on command. You are here for a live stream. Next. A bingo missing card name. That we got the X one. One card per crazy card submission. Crazy Color says, by the way, this is my first time watching these AI card streams live. Welcome. I can't guarantee that they're usually going to be in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, but lucky for you, today is at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Do you tell it to the one? Sheltered speaks in Yoda. Huh? The Sheltered? I mean, Shieldred? Shieldred had a bit too much to drink that night? I suppose so. Started talking about itself in third person. Oh, yeah, Shieldred speaks in Yoda. Jess says, this is my first time watching a stream, too. The lie detector detects that is a lie. And for some of you, it's 3 a.m. Well, then the timing can get better, unless you have a night shift. All right, this card, this would work on Arena. I mean, it's pretty terrible, to be honest. It's like, for at least 5 mana, you're just putting a card that's on the battlefield, a copy into your hand. You still have to cast the card. And then I guess you put a bunch of other you in theory could put a bunch of copies into the graveyard. Moving on. We got the Jubal Revenge Dragon. This is an 8 mana 7/7 imp. It also happens to be an artifact creature. It's got trample and tap. The next spell you cast this turn has no mana cost. I guess to get around Chalice of the Void or something. Exile another target planeswalker and untap this creature. Good God! Hold on, I can exile any. So this is basically, this is a planeswalker killer. Is this doable? This is so weird. I guess so. Okay, hold on. So the next spell you cast this turn has no mana cost. This might get around some cards that say you can't cast things with an odd number of mana. It will get around certain, like, I don't know, Chalice of the Void effects. Or effects that are preventing you from playing cards at a certain mana cost. So what, that spell can't be cast? No, this spell can be cast now. It's just that when you cast it, it's going to be... It seems like you still have to pay the actual full cost, but when it goes on the stack, it will have 0 mana. It'll have like a CMC of 0 for some reason. You get around Spell Blast with this? Do you? Wouldn't Spell Blast just cost 1 blue? If I know what you're talking about. Like, remember, if you have no mana cost, it defaults to a converted mana cost of 0. Like Crashing Footfalls or Ancestral Vision has no mana cost, but its CMC on the stack is 0. So you can still counter it for 0. Yeah, well, I mean, if there's Chalice on 0, then I'm screwed. I'm assuming this gets around stuff like that's on Chalice on 1, Chalice on 2, Chalice on 3, stuff like that. Spells without mana cost can't be cast, though. Isn't that a ruling with some arcane and such? Nope, that's not true at all. Depending on the circumstances. But what I'm trying to say is, by the way it's worded, it sounds like if I spend 10 mana on a card, when it goes on the stack, it will have 0 mana cost. Like, I think that's the whole point of this card. So it gets around other stuff. How is this a look at it card? It is doing plenty of things. And in fact, it exiles another target planeswalker, and we get to untap this creature and do it all over again. Hold on. That means we can... Hold on, this infinitely gets rid of every single planeswalker, right? That almost at danger. Because, like, you tap it for its ability, you exile a planeswalker, then you untap it, then you can tap it. I mean, it is this for as long as there are planeswalkers on the battlefield, it looks like you can just keep using this ability. Throw the duck. Bingo, 1 card infinite since it untaps itself. Yeah, but it's limited by the number of... It's close. You could say it's like a 1-card combo. No mana cost does not equal mana cost 0. I think it would not be castable even though its CMC is 0. Next spell you cast this turn has no... But that's not the way I'm reading this thing. I'm reading it like if you cast your spell for its regular cost, But then it just goes. It would go on the stack like an Ancestral Vision or Crashing Footfall, where it has no mana cost. It's not a mana cost for 0. It's just no mana cost. Just like an Ancestral Vision and a Crashing Footfall can have no mana cost, or a Restore Balance has no mana cost when it goes on the stack. Like, that's just how I'm interpreting this card. To be honest, at 8 mana, it's still not that broken. I mean, maybe. You gotta understand, this is an artifact. Artifact decks, they got ramp. And ramp means this 8 mana card might as well be 4 mana. Yeah, it makes it like an Yeah, that's like an Asmaranda Mardigadasna Kuldakar also has no mana cost. You know, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. 7/7 Trample broken. Some people look at the simpler parts of this card. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a bit of a weird card. Okay, whatever. It's doable. It's doable, but it's very strange. But not as strange as the deals you can get at FusionGamingOnline.com. In fact, the deal of the week this week is 15% off all Ultimate Guard accessories for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. You can get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget Secrets of Strixhaven. As those spoilers come out, you can pre-order them. Those delicious Strixhaven spoiler cards. Get smarter by joining Strixhaven. And you know what's the smartest thing you can do? This is a test for all of you. What is the coupon code to get 5% off all your purchases at FusionGamingOnline.com? That's right. It's coupon code Nikachu. It gets yourself 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Thank you very much for everybody that supports at FusionGamingOnline.com. All right, back to our wonderful AI cards. Some people remember that one kid. Well, that's the wrong sponsor. We got Real Different is like late night shows. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays regularly, but I have a big vacation coming up, so I'll be gone for like 3 weeks. So I'm trying to build some inventory for the future. In fact, while you guys are watching live, this show isn't going to be active for like 3 weeks or something. You'll see it eventually. Okay, next up, we've got, looks like an eyeball, the Amethyr, or Amethyr. It's 2 mana, it's an enchantment. It's got flashback for 7 mana, which is highly unusual for an enchantment. At the beginning of each of your end steps, you lose the game. I haven't lost the game enough around here. At the beginning of each end step, I must lose the game. What a downside. I mean, that's a handicap if I've ever seen one. And if someone blows this up on my behalf. Hold on, I guess the idea is somehow you donate this to somebody, right? At the beginning of each of your end steps. So you play this thing, you donate it. It's the ultimate you lose the game card. Yeah, we did it. We finally found the best donate target. That's it. We broke donate. And what's it called? Generous offering or a generous gift. Because I have no idea why anyone would want to 2 mana. Well, the 2 mana is useless if you can't donate it on the same turn. And flashback to loot. Well, okay, I imagine it goes like this. It's like, okay, you play this thing for 2 mana, you donate it. Now that person that got donated it to, they'll destroy it. So they blow this thing up. Goes to your graveyard, because this is your card. And then you have the option to bring it back for an entire 7 mana and do the combo all over again. So it's a very versatile, it's a very sticky combo. You have multiple end steps. Well, okay, so if you stifle the first one, you're only buying yourself time, but you're a fool for even trying. So like you have to basically every single turn try to dodge this thing. I don't know, play one turn you can play stifle. The next one you can play what's Angel's Grace. You can play Angel's Grace next. Bingo, play to lose. Yeah, bingo, play to lose is super real. This is the most play to lose thing of all time. Play to... Where's play? There we go, playing to lose. It says so right on the card. It does nothing but make you lose. Old boy says, you'll gain control of it back when the player loses in multiplayer. No, again, Owen, you're right, actually. Yeah, it doesn't get exiled. Then it's, oh my god, it's so dangerous. So you gave it to somebody, they lose the game, and then it goes back to you, which means you need to immediately donate it again to somebody else. You need to perpetually, like, donate this to something. Isn't there, like, a Jeskai goat that, like, gives stuff to people? Isn't there, like, some commander that does that in Jeskai? Like, this is built perfectly for it, isn't it? I swear there's, like, there's a goat. Or there's some animal that you can, that its only job is to donate your stuff to your opponents. And it's within the color. This could be the signature spell for that commander. You can also lose on your time walk turn. That's right. You lose on your extra turns. Zedru! There we go, Zed. We broke Zedru. Where is Zedru? It's Amether. It's just Amether. Yeah, this is the ultimate game of hot potato. Codain. It's the ultimate game of hot potato. And we're playing for keeps. In fact, I'm certain that the owner of Amether will accidentally commit Sudoku, like, at least, I don't know, 50% of the time they play this card. This is definitely an accidental Sudoku card. Permanence having flashback is unexplored design space. That is true, actually. That is also true. Very, very unexplored design space. Thanks for the super chat, Real Different. We'll take a look at more cards at the end of the show. Really appreciate it. Okay, I think this card's Zybers. I think this card's Zybers for me. This is a Zybering card. It's got a little bit of everything. And it's so serious. Mercenary, not a huge fan of this card. not a fan of cards that end somebody. You know what this could also do? If you really need to leave the game, you really got to go somewhere, you could just play this and then pass the turn, and then you're dead, and then you just leave. Your friends will be like, well, what the hell was that for? No, it's Sudoku. Dustin Newbie, all right? Sudoku. We got to use very safe streamer language on this show. We got to use safe streamer language. This is a Sudoku card. Scoop at sorcery speed. Well, yeah, even better than that. Go out with style. All right, Amether, I like it. It's out there. Next up, we got Master Shellac Patrol. This is a 6-mana 0/0 human knight. Discard a card. Tap target creature defending player controls. Oh my god! They basically brought back Mind Over Matter. This is a Mind Over Matter card. So we're not untapping anything. But we do have the power. It's strong. I mean, this card, in my opinion, it's very serious. Dies on entry. Not so fast. It's got the creature types human and knight, which have a ton of lords. Oh, I don't know about the knight part, but definitely the human part. There are a lot of humans out there that are lord effects, and therefore will keep the Master Shellac Patrol alive. I guess Master Shellac Patrol is basically this giant balloon being held together by, I don't know, Scotch tape. 0/0 bingo gave up halfway. No, there's nothing that gave up halfway. This is a complete holy card. Sorcery on a creature. It's not even a sorcery. I mean, if you don't have a lord in play, this thing just dies instantly when it hits the battlefield. As an instant death. Didn't feel anything. Didn't even experience consciousness. It was born to die. Tectonic Nightmare says, as if Psychic Frog wasn't annoying enough. You think this is more annoying than Psychic Frog? We can tap Psychic Frog with this. I think this card is very cool. I mean, it's awkward. I mean, you definitely... I mean, you need to have one of two things. You either need a lord in play in order for this thing to be alive, or you have a card in play that says when a creature enters the battlefield, it comes into play with a +1/+1 counter or something like that. It comes into play with that thing. 6 mana 0/0 is a bit... You know, it's I wouldn't say it's the greatest value, but look at that ability. It's so powerful. You just discard a card to tap creatures. I think that's a super powerful card. Crazy Colors. My rules is 1 card per bingo. So whatever is the first thing that we get first, we do it. And that last card had play to lose, because that was definitely a play to lose card. Not that I'm too afraid of the AI cards gaming the bingo card, but some AI cards just fill up the bingo card. It's not as fun that way. Finally, a use for Leyline of Vitality. Did the creatures come into play with a +1/+1 counter? And it's perfectly in green. Works best here. I feel like there's better tap creature abilities already. Really? Then what is it? Like, discarding a card is one of the better ones. It doesn't cost you any mana. Like, it costs you nothing. And on top of that, you can discard cards at will. You could get to Threshold. You can easily get to Delirium. You could discard a creature card to reanimate it. I think there's a lot of versatility in this. Oh, the Vitality puts +0/+1. That's good enough. We just need Master Shellac. I don't know what a Shellac is, but he's a master of it. We just needed to land on the battlefield. Flavor text. Wait, it actually knew about the frog? Huh? Side gods now, and the truth will bite it without the frog. Oh, it might be talking about Psychic Frog. That's it's like, why are people talking about Psychic Frog here? Anthem of Champions finally broken. Without another card, this does nothing. That is true. But hey, every deck is a team of cards. Every single deck. No one card dominates over all of them. Although a lot of people like to pretend their commander is that one card. And for some people, the commander is their one card. Nothing else. Does defending player imply you're attacking? Maybe. Isn't shellac something used at a nail shop's source wife? Okay, hold on, let's look. I'll look up shellac. Shellac, what is it? Shellac is a natural resin secreted by the female lac bug on trees in India and Thailand, which is processed into flakes and dissolved into alcohol to create a popular wood finish, varnish, or sealant. Okay. This guy is a varnish or sealant, probably for nails. And is going to tap those nails great. Okay, I like this card. It's not illegal, and that's the most important part of this card. All right, next up, we've got... very slowly. Okay, we got Elite Sober... Oh, sorry, Sobreaker. I thought it was a Sober Breaker. Elite Sobreaker is a 3-mana 3/4 vampire rogue with flying. Whenever another creature enters, you may look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Get out of here! What an ability! It's like any creature that enters the battlefield, not even your own, like anybody else's, and then you can go get an artifact. You can get a planeswalker or a legendary creature. This is just beyond stupid. This is worse than Rhystic Study. This is like Rhystic Elite. Are there any vampires in green? No. But there are in white. There are white and red, actually. Tap. Target attacking creature gets +1/+1 and gains reach until end of turn. That ability is worthless. And reach. Why do they need reach for? They're attacking. That actually makes no sense. Why does the card have reach? Why are we giving our attacking creatures reach? They need to do a reach around or something? This gets out. Yeah, it gets out of hand immediately. Oh, well, I mean, players can just collude and say, okay, we're not going to put anything else in play. Let's just not put any creatures in play until we deal with the stupid Elite Soulbreaker, which is sort of breaking the game right now. Take 1 billion tokens and win the game. It's actually true. Yeah, like it doesn't matter who these creatures are. I mean, it could be the opponents, could be your creatures. You can let it work. I did not read that at first. This thing is the entire Strixhaven school with regards to tutors. Something like that. Weird colors for a rogue, actually. Well, what are the right... Oh, are rogue colors like blue and black? Since when did the color pie ever matter to this AI? Never. They never cared. Okay, and get a judge called on you for colluding. Well, no, well, in Commander, that's all fair game. That's just, okay, it's not colluding in Commander, it's called politics. They rebranded in Commander. Basically, any sort of collusion is just politics. Politics is just real. That's how it works. It's a may, so opponents can't deck you. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may... Yeah, that's right. I mean, to be fair, I would just keep drawing the cards. I don't care. I'll have 20 cards in my hand. I'll keep drawing until I hit Reliquary Tower. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Politics, the only politics I accept is voting for deeply. We aren't even drawing the cards, so we can never lose because we never draw them. Oh, great point, John. That's a very, very good point. Yeah, we're just putting them directly into our hand. Does not trigger Bowmasters, so it's actually it's a far superior card draw too. Doesn't trigger Fairy Mastermind. What an unbelievable card. The Elite Soul Breaker. It's almost as incredible as Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. Your ability to play any deck, any format you want on Magic Online. Whether that be Standard, Pioneer, maybe Modern. When you want to take a test out, when you test out Vintage, or you can play Commander one-on-one, 4-player, competitive, and casual, and have the entire history of Magic the Gathering cards at your fingertips when renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Now we go back to our crazy AI cards. Thank you very much for the super chat, Zion Command. Thank you so much for the super chat. I've watched plenty of AI-generated MTG cards. Time to support the channel. I so much appreciate it. And with that, we'll take a look at a few more cards at the end of the show. If you play a Commander game at a MagicCon and say vote for Sprout, how many people would get it? Non-zero. That's for sure. So it's been a really long time since I went to a convention, but I want to say like 2 years ago, I signed somebody's card because they only watched my AI videos. And I thought, well, that's a bit weird to be known for that now, but it's certainly real. Robo Rosewater missed the chance to generate April Fool's cards. Well, maybe they exist, but they're like super far up ahead. I don't want to run out of cards anymore. Fun thing to do during Nikachu ad breaks, tab out of the stream and try to use Mishra's AI to generate waifu cards. What is it? Did you make the thing or something? Hard advertising Mishra's AI. Okay, we have Forceful Pack. Sounds like some sort of booster tutor. It's a 10-mana legendary artifact, and for 4 mana, tap, you may put a Merfolk card with mana value 3 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. Finally, Merfolk support! It's the Aether Vial of the 1870s. That's in the year 1870. That was probably the Aether Vial at the time. What a burn for Merfolk. Old boy says, best Merfolk card in a while. Yeah, the most expensive cheating. Where would this matter? 10 mana, and we spend 4 mana. Tap, you may put a Merfolk card. And it completely acknowledges it can only put in like 3 mana cards onto the battlefield. It might matter if there is a card that says a certain creature type can't be cast or played, period. Like if someone I don't know, if there's a card. Oh, you know what would work actually? What's that angel? Iona? Is Iona like the card that says you can't play? You choose a color. You can't play cards of that color. I think it's Iona, Shield of Emeria. So okay, let's say somebody plays Iona on me and they name blue, and now I'm just like, well, I'm crap out of luck. I can't cast my Merfolk. In fact, I can't cast any spells of blue. My only option is to play the Forceful Pack. So even for 10 mana, it's better than not playing cards at all. And then after I spend 4 and tap, I'll be happy to get any creatures in play. Yeah, Iona halts colors, but that's my point. Iona shafted in EDH. Yeah, well, and for good reason. But what if it was not? And what if there's other cards that locked me out? Yeah, if you locked everyone from playing spells, this would let you keep playing the Merfolk. That's right! And I'm looking on the upside of this. Are there any AI cards, Merfolk, that don't have a cost so they couldn't normally be cast? Probably. Probably. I can't remember them, though. John's like, 14 mana Silvergill Adept without having to reveal Merfolk. Yeah, 14 mana. Basically, every creature you play is basically a 14 mana creature. Went from 3 mana to 14 real fast. Yeah, 1/10 the value of Ether. That's true. I mean, with Iona, I could just put things in. Yeah, why are we even talking about this card? There's like a million other cards that cheat creatures in play, and they're far more efficient than Forceful Pack. You also draw 10 cards off of Traverse Eternity. You could Ether Vial your Merfolk though. Well, yeah, I can only have 1 Ether Vial in my deck. Okay, I need more options. I'm in an Iona metagame. Forceful Pack will do the job for me. The sky is Metioned Since. And the number of bridge. That made no sense. All right, this is a doable card, though. It's 100% legal. There's nothing particularly illegal about this card. We got the... Okay, it's not Anal. It's the Annal of Troken. It's a legendary land. Ooh, and it doesn't tap for mana, which makes it extra spicy. Tap, pay 1 life, sacrifice this land. Search your library for a slashing card and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle the slashing card. What does that mean? Do I get to put the Super Shredder on the battlefield? That guy slashes. What else slashes? Maybe Scyther from Pokemon? If I got a Pokemon card. Yeah, what is a slashing card? Anything that slashes in combo, I guess. Bingo, it's still a land. Did it actually say that? Pay 1 life, sack this. Search your library for a slashing card, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle. Did not say it's still a land. Yeah, it's probably a new card type by the time. Got Slashing Tiger. Is there... Hold on. Wait. Let's take a look. Maybe there's like a slashing card. Slashing. Is there 1 slashing card in this game? Slashing Tiger! It's a 4 mana 3/3 cat. When Slashing Tiger becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. We can tutor this directly onto the battlefield. You know what? It would actually be really good. I don't think that would be a bad card at all. Okay, so we can get a Slashing Tiger on the battlefield. No, this one does not tap for mana. It just puts a 4 mana 3/3 in play, which is very hard to block. And we broke the... oh yeah, maybe we broke Changelings again. Oh, that would actually be true. If this is card type, I mean, it's super danger. Oh, it does say slashing card. So, I mean, if it is literally a creature type and you can get, like, Morophon with this, I mean, this is just stupid. Flame Slash is removal. Bingo, land that does... Oh, that's a bingo card, yeah. Okay, land that doesn't tap for mana. Got to announce the bingo. I know there's a lot of people that are like, land that doesn't tap for mana, land that doesn't tap for mana. The land... Where is the land that doesn't tap for mana? There is no land that doesn't tap for mana. Where is this thing? Target mechanic, wall of text, illusion of choice. Gave up halfway, you win, target acquired, real unexplored design, space players as a card. There isn't actually a thing where land doesn't tap for mana. You can put the hashling slasher into play. Since it doesn't specify creature, it can put tribal instants and sorceries on the battlefield. Well, per the rules, if you try, it would just go back to the zone that it came from, which would be the library. Okay, the Annal of Troken. If it can get changelings, no. I don't want to turn 1 Morophon. Screw that. Way too powerful. Too strong. if that Morphon is a slasher. Okay, we've got Twarch up, Mr. Up Brief, you across, sacrifice, don't too. I didn't know we're putting the flavor text in the name now. How did that happen? That's literally just flavor text. I know AI flavor text when I read it. It is a desert. It also doesn't tap for mana. All spirits can face down. If it doesn't have another fury, say Goth's Wolf. Well, it probably doesn't have enough fury. This is the stupidest reminder text ever. Reading this card turned me face down. Reading this card is going to induce second half embarrassment. This is not really a gave up halfway card. Giving up halfway is like, the first half of the card is like perfectly fine. The second half is just awful gibberish. This is just a bad reminder. I would say this is the wrong reminder text, if anything. We have don't we have wrong reminder text? Like, I don't even know what this ability is, but it certainly is. This is definitely the wrong one. Well, this was not that chaotic. We've seen way more chaotic stuff. Actually, it's a furry, since it's a goth wolf waifu. Is it? Did they say waifu anywhere here? It doesn't have another fury. Oh, we got Kosa. Look who's back after forever. Also, I think I'm early. Not really. Second half of the show. Olga says face down, something else up. Yeah, everything else. So this is an anti-spirits card. If you're in the spirits metagame or the changeling metagame, I guess they all just go face down and they have to cast their card. Well, I guess so long as the card is in play. Hold on. No, wait a minute. It says all spirits can face down. It doesn't say they have to. If you want to, your spirit can be face down. Strange thing. Keyword wrong text. Yeah, let's share it. I'm gonna give it just we know what face down cards do. Like, it's just turned over. So that whole reminder text was just completely stupid. New keyword, no reminder text. How's it real? Oh, it has to be real keyword, fake reminder text. No, we don't have that. That was not a real keyword. Not even close. I would say that was the wrong reminder text, though. Whatever you say, Mr. Upbrief. Where is it? Yeah, it's Mr. Upbrief. It's crazy. Bingo does nothing? No, it can let spirits go face down, so it does something. If the spirits want to be face down, they can go face down. Although I don't even think this thing works the way I think it should work, so I'm just gonna say it can go straight to the Urank. This is a cloud poo card. Board it. Okay, get your Fuel of Nissa, because now we got the drop of loyalty. It is an 8 mana 4/4 Manticore. It's a legendary Manticore. It's got haste, so it's very fast. Whenever drop deals combat damage to a player, if you control 3 or more squirrels, and each opponent can't put a +1/+1 counter on drop, what the hell? Those creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn if there are 4 or more other creature types in their choice of counters on this creature. The hell did I just read? It actually looks like it's a complete sentence, but I'm not entirely sure any of it actually makes sense. Okay. When it deals combat damage to a player, if you control 3 or more other squirrels, okay, I have the 3 squirrels, and each opponent can't put a +1. Hold on. And each opponent can't put a +1/+1 counter on drop. So if they have the option to do it and they can't, okay, who are those creatures? I guess those creatures are the squirrels. So my squirrels get +2/+2 until end of turn if there are 4 or more other creature types in their choice of counters. Okay, we can say this thing. We can say this thing like it gave up halfway. Yeah. What is this bingo word? Picante salsa. Okay, we can say this is a gave up halfway card. Might have given up earlier than we think. Might have given up earlier than we think. Certainly made a whole lot of sense in the first half. Where is... Gave up halfway. I don't know where anything is anymore. Oh, there we go, halfway. Just like a printer. I like all the arts on those bingo cards. It almost did something. You know what? If it, like, just stopped talking, it would have actually done something. This is a situation where less is more. A lot less would have been a lot more, and it would have been more impactful. Okay. He takes only as fear to association of heart. Now they must see the light of his monsters. To the rank. To the rank with you, Manticore. Say hi to President Deeply for me. Okay, next we got Fireball. Completely in blue. Also, hold on, isn't there a Fireball card already? Channel Fireball? Yeah, so like the name is already disqualified. We have a 5-mana instant, exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may cast it. If you don't, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. If you don't? What does that mean, if you don't? If I so what? Am I exiling my own permanent? For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may cast it. If you don't, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. At what point do we determine that I am not casting this card? $9, just like 3 question marks. I think a lot of us are in the same spot around here. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins. What? Well, apparently, so it was close to being interesting. It almost felt like it was going to be a real card. Yeah, it seemed like blue blink of some sort. Or like blue, not blink, but... Okay, you exile the permanent. You can cast it later. The problem is if it's yours, it gets more interesting. Because if you don't cast it, you can put 2+1/+1 counters on it. What's it, actually? I guess it's the non-land permanent. We can put 2+1/+1 counters on the One Ring. Or, what's it called? Springleaf Drum, or something like that. You know, artifacts. No, nothing cards are like, they literally do nothing. This card is doing something. The fact that it, like, doesn't complete the sentence doesn't mean that it does nothing. There's, if you're gonna say that this card does nothing, then, like, half the cards on the show do nothing. No, there's some cards that it's just, like, it's just blank stuff. Like, it's just blank, and it says, whenever end the turn, and then that's it. You know, crap like that. Yeah, okay. Of all the confusing things this card has, Quill Quick card says this card objectively exiles a non-land permanent. That is objective truth. 100%. Bombins, my favorite MTG character. Some character named Bombins at the bottom. Strengthen the dark realms of the demand wonders over. Bombins, Vel, a hill of the 12th hunter. That's not even the 12th hunter. Apparently, a hill of the 12th hunter. Art is appropriate for a blue fireball. I want that on my wall. I suppose. Look at, actually, it looks like this person's defeating Sauron. Sauron has that sort of helmet on him. Quill Quick card says the counter placing is not conditional on not exiling it. It does not offer an option to not exile. Yeah, and that's why we're going to disqualify. We're going to also send it to the rank. Got a lot of complete loser cards today. We got the Scout Body. Scout Body is a 3-mana instant with Casualty 1. I can't remember what that means. The legend rule doesn't apply to players. Like, if we're going to cast ourselves or something, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So the legend rule doesn't apply to play. Or is it like, yeah, I think it's a bit, yeah, player is a card. Bingo! So we can replicate ourselves for some reason, somehow. Okay, player is a card. Yeah. Referencing that we are in the game. Yeah, we can clone the players. There are 2 of me. There are two of me. Maybe I have 2 decks at this point too. People have to be... So if I clone myself, you have to defeat me and my clone in order to win the game. The AI is saying players are no longer unique. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've got Kosa with imagine if someone has a twin and they have a copy card as a joke. Oh, yeah? You mean like they bring their twin over to just act as the copy? We got Herc Tang says, I'm glad I don't die if there is another player with the same name at the table. Yeah, well, your soul and existence will live on through another player. If this leaves the battlefield, you have to bury your clone. Well, this isn't even on the battlefield. This is an instant. Now as deep as that legend rule change, remember, target creature can't be blocked this turn. All right, I guess this is legal in a strange way. It's got very, what is that? Form of squirrel vibes. Very form of squirrel vibes. Next, we got the Ob Pospert. It's a land. And guess what? It taps for mana. It can tap for a blue. It can also tap for a red. Activate only if you control a swamp. Oh, okay. Then we just have, we just have more options for dual lands. We have more options for dual lands. They could make this into a real cycle. So it's basically like a blue... I actually don't know how this would fit in somebody's mana base. I mean, okay, it works. Would anyone play this card? You need to be like probably a dominantly blue-black deck with a splash of red to make this work or make this possible. Newt, is that what it's called? Tainted Lands? Kurum's like kind of Zybers. What if I told you it was $50? Would it Zyber then? I think this card only Zybers if it's like $1 or less. The requirement is the color they allied with. I suppose so. Or you could be like mostly a blue deck with a little black splash that also gives you an even smaller red splash. These lands exist, just not with this color combination. Really? Really? I don't think this card exists. $50 uncommon? No way. There's some uncommons out there that are thousands of dollars. You ever heard of the Library of Alexandria? That wasn't a rare. No, I'm not going to say... I don't think uncommons can get that high anymore, but... No, this isn't a Tainted Land, but this is the Duskmorn. Is it the Duskmorn cycle? Can anyone verify this? This looks like a completely new land to me. But it could be something that's already done. Yeah, this is the, like, Hushwood Verge with different colors. Okay, hold on. Hushwood Verge. Okay, add a green. Then add a plains. Activate only if you control a forest or plains. This is not the same card. This only works if it's two colors. Like these are totally different. So the deal is, it's not like it says activate only if you control an island. Yeah, I totally understand that. This is activate only if you control a swamp. This is a completely different reality. So this is more of like a 3-color thing instead of like a 2-color thing. Yeah, the existing ones are for 2-color decks though. That's why it's the same but with different colors. Well, it's not even just different colors. It's just a different design because it's asking a shared ally between the two to activate the third wheel over here. Which makes me wonder what the hell's the point of the red anyway, if we're like base blue and black. Okay, doable. Very, very doable. In fact, like we said, there are cards that look exactly like that. Okay, next up, we've got the Ghost Contamination. This is a double red X sorcery. Cast this spell only during the declare attacker step, and only if you've been attacked this step. Gonna be a little hard to do that, it being a sorcery and all. You know, just a little hard. I mean, not impossible, but hard, very hard. Ghost Contamination deals 3 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. They can't be regenerated. I guess that's where the X is. Of up to 2. Well, yeah, but then the X is not so important. Yeah, you're gonna need Quicken. We need Quicken to do something. No, it does. It does something. This guy. What's with you? Everyone is so trigger happy on the does nothing part of the bingo card. Yeah, it's not impossible. So if you use the card Quicken, you can play this thing instantly. Leyline of Anticipation will also do that as well. So there's a few cards out there that let you play your, sorceries at instant speed, which is necessary to make this work. Is there a way that you can maybe imprint this on a card and then play it at instant speed? Yeah, or maybe this is a portal card. It's a portal sorcery. Give sorcery flash, also useless X except chalice. That is correct. And remember that chalice matters. It's not always completely useless. Wait, I remembered emergent zone. Does that let you play your cards at instant speed? But if you cast it during the declare attackers, have you been attacked this turn? Either you have been attacked or someone's attacking. Cast this spell only during the declare attacker step and only if you've been attacked this step. Yeah, so you need to be the one being attacked. So like someone declares their attack, they attack you. You're still we're still in the declare attackers step. Once you move to the blocker step, you're at the blocker step. But yeah, you're still in the declare attacker step. It's pretty funny. Yeah, everything except before the blocking. Quill Quick Card says it doesn't work at all. Only if you've been attacked this step on the second combat phase, you are in a different declare attack step. We mean the second combat phase. No, it's still the same declare attack step. There's the declare attackers, and then after they attack, you're still in declare attackers step. That's it. You're still there. It doesn't say it doesn't say your declare attacker step. I mean, it very specifically says it has to be somebody else's attack step. They have to be the one attacking and you need to be the one defending. Essentially, if it works, it's 2 bolts that stops regeneration. Okay, fair enough. Print in every commander precon. Why? It's useless. Like you need to print it with like Leyline of Anticipation or Quicken or some crap like that. Otherwise, it will do nothing. I mean, this is a stone cold useless card. Very funny card. Bingo, new design. What is new here? What's the new design space? Putting sorceries on cards that need to be instant speed. Honestly fair for how many hoops you have to jump through. Oh yeah, it's just terrible. Bingo, undefined X. I think we got that one. Do we have an undefined X? Pretty sure. Yeah, we did it on the bottom left. It's been done. It's stone cold useless. Also, Nikachu, this isn't bingo for doing nothing. Well, it's not. I guess I'm being a little exaggerating that it's stone cold useless. It's got some utility. It's very rare. It's very hard to pull off, too. All right, Ghost of Contamination. You're good for something. Just not for most things. Now, next up, we got the Phyrexian Orcish Never. It's a 2-mana aura, enchant artifact or land. Enchanted creature has all activated abilities of all commanders or artifacts controlled by the player. What? Okay, we got enchanted artifact or a land. Enchanted creature, which is not enchanting, has all activated abilities of all commanders or artifacts controlled by the player. Oh, no. Oh, so you can... No, it can be a creature. Sorry. So you enchant an artifact, but it just has to be an artifact creature. You can enchant a land, but it also has to be a land creature. No, it does... You people! There will be probably a do nothing, and then nobody's going to say anything about it. Yeah. So at first I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but there are plenty of artifact creatures out there. And there's also plenty of land creatures. So that creature then has all activated abilities of all commanders, or, I don't know why it says or artifacts controlled by the player. I guess you have to choose one. You want to choose commanders or artifacts. You can't choose both. Very ambiguous, in my opinion. What player is this card talking about? Whatever you enchanted it on. Probably your own artifact, if I were to take a wild guess. But you could give it to somebody else. This is what happened when Phyrexian invaded Warhammer 40k. The Phyrexian Orc? Never. Is there a Phyrexian Orc here? Bingo, you win. No, I don't think this is it. This card is very, very weak for a you win card. We have some very powerful you win cards in the AI inventory. You can enchant your Dryad Arbor. That's right. 100% you can enchant that Dryad Arbor. 2 mana for your commander's ability. Yeah, I don't know why you need to like absorb your commander's ability though. But I mean, if it's good, it's good. Who said my commander isn't already and an artifact? Well, no, it could be. But this card will turn even more things into, how do I put it? This one artifact, this creature on the battlefield, is going to absorb all the powers of everything else on the battlefield. So you can have like maybe 2 cards that basically act like your commander. We had lands that won when you, we had lands that won when you put them in play. This card is nowhere near that good. Some people on this show, they remember the power level, the absolute brute force power level of some of these cards. You're back, stealing my opponent's commanders and feeding them to my Dryad Arbor. It's a hungry Dryad Arbor. Your Dryad Arbor can potentially gain Chromatic Orrery's ability. Potentially. Isn't Dryad Arbor essentially a 0 CMC mana dork? Yep. It's not really fair to call it a mana dork though, because like mana dorks, they accelerate you. You know, you play them with mana, but if you play Dryad Arbor, it just counts as your land drop for the turn. So it is literally legitimately just a creature. Other than the ambiguous player bit, this is crazy good. Well, I don't know if it's crazy good. If you guys think it's what you guys like this card? I don't care for cards like this. It seems like way too hard to activate, and frankly, I mean, I could see the advantage for my creature to gain all the abilities of my artifacts, because maybe those artifacts do something special that I need like multiple copies of. I don't know why I would need multiple copies of Commander, unless it's a very special activated ability that doesn't cost any mana. An unexplored design space would be something that changes which card in play counts as someone's commander. Huh? So 2 mana extra commander because you build around. Something like that. Something like that. All right, next. These cards are thanks to our wonderful donators. People like Real Different, being real different out there. Thank you very much for your donation. And with that donation, we'll look at the Demolos. It's a 2 mana instant. Return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature card was exiled this way, which it's not supposed to, I don't know, did the AI remember what it was doing? If a creature card was exiled this way, instead destroy all creatures with power 2 or less, then draw a card for each one of those creatures and instant and sorcery spells and all the cards exiled with this enchantment. I mean, I have nothing else to say about this card. This is definitely a give up halfway type of card. Is it totally something like... Oh, I didn't think about that, old boy. You know what? You have a great point. So the thing is, yeah, it doesn't exile anything, but what if somebody else exiled it? So like you try to reanimate it, but something like Containment Priest says whenever a creature comes into play, if it wasn't cast, you exile it. So we try to return this creature card with mana value 2 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield, but there's a Containment Priest in play. So if the creature card was exiled, instead destroy all creatures with power 2 or less, destroying the Containment Priest. This actually is starting to make sense. Then we draw a card for each one of those creatures that I guess died, and instant and sorcery spells, and all cards exiled with this enchantment. Okay, the last sentence ends up being gibberish, but actually it sort of was describing the pain of having a Containment Priest in play, and was making a lot of sense. That was actually pretty cool. It says this way, so it would have to be a replacement effect that replaces the reanimate with exile. Yeah, well, the Containment Priest would force this card to exile my card. Demolos must be that fire demon. Awesome card art, awesome card name. Is the general of the deeply political campaign. This definitely breaks the color pie. Pure red does not reanimate. I can't refute it. I don't know the card pool deep enough to say otherwise. Anyway, the card makes no sense at the end, so I'm going to disqualify it. Go with the Urank. We have another card to the wonderful Urank. Ooh, look at that, Vec Underworld Breach. There we go. Yeah, well, Underworld Breach, what else? There might be one more. Target unacquired bingo. Is there a bingo spot there? Target unacquired. What is this for, actually? I don't even know what this means. I don't know if we've ever hit this bingo card. I gotta ask the generator of this bingo card what the hell target unacquired means. We did it. We broke Underworld Breach. Old boy says, does the replacement effect make it not this way anymore because it's another way? I don't know. I don't care. Red is next to black. Can't reanimate. Black next to blue. Next to no counters. Color Pie hates sharing. It means, for example, destroy target creature if it's a creature. Oh, I see. So destroy target creature if it's a creature, but then, and then maybe it can't be a creature, or destroy target permanent if it's a creature. It's a weird bingo square. It's impossible to hit if I don't know what it means. Okay, this card's junk. Moving on. We've got the Splitting Strange, brought to us by Zion Command. Okay, with Splitting Strange, a 2-mana instant, and draw a card. Target instant or sorcery spell gains double strike until end of turn. That doesn't make any sense. You know, instants and sorceries, they're useless with double strike. I mean, unless it's just supposed to like double the burn damage that a burn spell would do, which is fine with me. Yeah, just what my instant needed. But imagine it's a Boros Charm. You can double the damage with Boros Charm. Or how about double the damage with, what's it called? What's it called? Yeah, Lightning Bolt hits twice now. I was trying to think. Blasphemous Act can deal double the damage. At least you draw a card. We are going to draw a card off this card. This card does nothing. You draw a card! That's value. That's value, baby. I'm surprised we didn't hit one card today that, like, literally does nothing. Double strike sounds dangerous. Especially, it's even more dangerous on an instant or sorcery. Hold on. Target instant or sorcery. Okay, so we actually have to cast the instant and sorcery and then respond to it with a Spitting Strange. Oh my god, double fireball. Double my spitting. We can yeah, $9 says we can target Spitting Strange with Spitting Strange. We'll give Spitting Strange double strike. Then does it give double the double strike to like the final target? You want the target unacquired part? All right, we'll give it target unacquired. I guess the last one was like if it gets exiled, we lost our reanimation. Okay, I'll give it to you. This plus hell to pay. And on your turn, I cast Spitting Strange on your fireball. Or you can tell people, like, some people at the table might be like, well, I have a burn spell, but it can only deal 5 damage, and that creature has 7 toughness. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got the Spitting Strange. I got you, bro. I got you. Is this like some kind of weird splice onto Arcane? No, I think, I look at it as like some cards, there are some cards that can give other cards lifelink. I can't remember. There's a creature out there like that gives instants and sorceries lifelink, so I don't see why you can't give a instant double strike, basically. No, double strike is only combat damage. I understand that, but we gotta like look at this in some sort of context that makes sense, because instants and sorceries cannot, cannot deal combat damage. Strange art. So it's got that going for it. It's got splice vibes. I mean, sort of. Except you can't keep this card. I'm going to say it's doable. I'm going to say it's very, very doable. It's not as strange as it's spitting out. Wear it, never walk. That's like the most complete sentence? And it was more than 2 words. Wear it and never walk. It sounds like don't go out with like very expensive jewelry. Piana, nightmare handler. Well spoken. This was a whole complete sentence. I think it beats the previous record of 2 words being a complete sentence in the in another Oracle text by AI. Okay, our second card from Zion Command. The Helix Gang. They 5 mana 5/4 Lolamadia. Flying. Your maximum hand size is your commander. What? I'm as confused as everyone else. But the spell big! Time as he failed. He was imluded by his own. I'm sorry, but that flavor text is no wear it, never walk. The heck? When Stormy Cat says, when does AI give us the cards for characters in the flavor text? Never. Basically never. So you can only have your commander in hand. Maybe your maximum hand size is your commander. Your maximum hand size. So my hand is the command. So yeah, maybe. And it's basically face up as 1 card. Your maximum hand size is your commander. It didn't say commander mana cost. It didn't say anything, really. Bingo alert, chaos ensues and or unexplored design space. Here, no. This is not that chaotic. Chaos ensues. Oh, come on. You've been here for forever, Toilet Duck. You know what chaos ensues is. It's like when there's this big wall of text and none of it makes sense. Not even one sentence. Starts off as trash and ends as trash. It's pretty fitting. I guess so. Very too ambiguous. Still in design mode, in my opinion. I would tell the AI to go back and make it make some damn sense. And I would slap it in the face until it gets it right. Yeah, I went from 7 hand to Ren and 7. I mean, like, let's say the maximum hand size is just your commander. You're only your commander in hand. Then this is the donate target. You have to donate this to somebody. And then they have to like discard their hand down to 0 unless their commander is in their hand. Because that's the only way I can interpret this. Your maximum hand size now is 0 unless your commander is bounced to your hand. Then your maximum hand size is just your commander. I slept after work and almost missed the second show. Well, you know what's important, Steve Cooper, is you slept. That's the most important. Donate it to someone playing 6 as an actual card. Happy to see some AI weirdness. Hello. Well, yeah, unfortunately, this is the end of the show. Yeah, this card doesn't make enough sense to me. Disqualified. Well, everybody, sorry for everyone that just showed up today. But that's the end of today's AI show. But don't worry, we have millions of more in the future. Now remember, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, the show starts at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And that is basically the future of AI shows, is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on every other Wednesday. We also have Tuesdays, Thursdays. We'll have night shows, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for everyone still watching live this week, we're having shows morning and evening for the rest of the week, and maybe for the next 2 days next week. I gotta thank everybody who supports the show. Thank you so much. Who you support the show on Patreon, you support the show as a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show and help super chat so other people can be part of the show. And thanks so much, everybody. We got Zion Command, Stormy Cat, Gillum, Free Fireful Mercenary, Old Boy. We got Wickkill, Gillum. We got Kosak, and many, many more. We got Mappius. Who else do we have? Epic Moment Guru, Benjamin Berkey, Steve Cooper, Kano, Vod, Shed, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you, my Zyber crew, at the next